Right, boys, we're going to get this going here. I'm here all day. If any stragglers come, they can just join in. There's all the reason for this meeting tonight. We're hoping to get the North League started back on Friday, the 1st of October. Our phone hasn't stopped, let's say, for the last 5 or 6 days. You've seen that, Phil, please? We know there is people that don't, well, not people, teams and all that will not be able to fulfill fixtures and start back. So, them teams have already let me know that there will be a few of them coming out. But the feedback has been good from most teams. I'd say the majority of the league. We've had over 30 teams have contacted us saying that they're willing to start back on the 1st of October. As a general body here on the floor, what do you think, or we know this is the reason for it, like, so it was put out on the Facebook page, we know we'll have a meeting and we can talk about it, so rather than the committee just make the decision, so with us, we were here to make the decision, whether we start back or else we want to start a new league. If we were to start a new league, I was looking up today, it wouldn't be with this side of Christmas, it would be probably middle of January, start of February before it could get up and running. The way you have your AGM, 2 to 3 weeks for teams, the same players, sorting the teams out into divisions, sending that away to get the fixtures drawn up, getting it back, and then the way we read out the fixture sheets, over 50 fixture sheets, you get handwritten out. There is most of it's printed, but the majority of it's handwritten. What do you think? Anybody anything to say, or whether they're against starting back? We are. There is a thing that we'll have put in place to try and help teams as best we can.
Does that mean the likes of Boyd get back into the league, Boyd A?
Boys have pulled out. Boys have
No. Pulled out for cause of coronas.
Let us answer the question. Boys haven't approached the committee at the minute to say that they've been living back in.
Well, if they do approach the committee,
they haven't done it yet, so we'll see.
Still an opportunity if they do.
Hey, all.
Just before you go back to Chilly's point there, when you say it would take to February to start up the new league, what causes the delays to February? Like February's at this point,
we have
almost 6 months.
We have the AGM for a start. A new committee will need voted in. That committee will have to put in place what way they're going to do their fixtures. Well, teams will need 2 to 3 weeks the same players. It's just not going to sign a team in 3 days. It takes your man 3 weeks to do the fixture, so if a certain venue has 3 teams, he can guarantee one being at home and they want to be at home, and they have to be reversing their fixtures home and away. He does all that, and he's never ever got around. He's been doing it for the Newry League since I've been involved with the league, and even long before that there.
So that's 6
then when you
weeks.
do get it back, you have to get all that stuff needs printed out, all needs read out before it goes to the printers, and then the printers will print it out. By that time you're coming up to Christmas, I don't know what way the printers will be to get stuff, them sheets and all done. So, and then all that needs to go to the venues. And then usually in January, around the middle of January, teams are calling fixtures off for icy conditions, bad weather, all that sort of stuff. Phones all flat out. So Christmas parties, all sorts.
It's about 14 weeks to Christmas now. So
Well, the 1st of October, there's 5 Fridays in October, there's 4 Fridays in November.
yeah.
And then you have another 3 Fridays before Christmas.
Also, the possibility of more lockdowns and everything else as well.
When they're saying on was on the night saying that there's going to be at least 2 certain periods before Christmas.
So either way, you're going to have to put darts off again at some point.
That's why the fixtures and all there at the minute till what's left is probably just take the end of November to finish what's left at the minute. With them 5 Fridays in October, 4 Fridays in November.
And that's with all.
And in the meantime, while that's being finished, we can be starting before the new league start.
How long would that take, Liam? If you did finish it, how long would it take for the next league to start? And when are you starting?
We'll be open middle of January, start of February. But we'll have everything in place like, to do that. So at least there'll be darts going ahead while that's getting sorted. It means you just have your AGM straight away in the new year. You're cut into half. And
so what mitigation have you taken into consideration there for safety at all the venues then?
We've been on the risk assessors and he's given us risk assessments and he's done them all out first for every venue.
Right.
Every venue will have to have their own,
yeah.
but this is what we've got sorted here.
Right.
Yeah, no, I got a guy there. He's done a full risk assessment. He has enough space there for each venue. You can add anything that is particular to that venue to change. I also have other stuff there that if anybody needs anything else, that's information for bars and that. If you give me the email address, I can forward it on my email. Because I wasn't looking at written out like 300 sheets, but if you can get an email there that has an awful lot of information in mitigation of the COVID-19.
So what's the league stance on it? Like, what do we do when, in the eventuality that a team goes to play another team, half our team's vaccinated, half aren't vaccinated, half get it, half don't get it, fixtures have to be postponed, go on. Like, you're going to go into a never-ending cycle of never finishing a league a year and a half ago. So my concern with that is,
Michael, this COVID thing's just not going to go away. Do you know what I mean? It's going to be, if there's a new league starts, it's going to be there too.
Something we're going to have to live with.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
100%.
People get the flu and they don't go to the darts. They're out in the house.
Right, but people aren't told to stay at home when they get the flu. They're not made to.
So the way the things is going now, even if they're saying there's no such thing as close contacts and all now to stay away for 10 days, you can go on out like.
Depending on your status,
So everyone's going to be different.
which is a problem.
Yeah, so it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
It's always going to be that.
Yeah, it's not something that's going to come overnight. It's going to be there for
You
years.
can't make somebody say, you're not out in this place because you're not vaccinated. That's, people's going to take their own risk.
Correct.
There's nothing you can do there.
Correct. But what are the league's plans for them?
We can't make people go and get vaccinated, show vaccination cards and throw darts.
I'm not asking you. I'm asking you, what are the league's plans if you have to suspend games?
He said if there's COVID case in the team, they can't play for 10 days because there's COVID driven through.
But they probably have to show something. It's like they call a football match off in the Caribbean League. You have to show two. You have to show.
Yeah, but I'm saying is
Well, isn't it?
that could impact your plans then for kicking off a new league and push it further.
It could impact everything.
Yeah.
It's a chance to take.
But the sooner we try and get back to some sort of normality, the better. We're not just talking about hibernate.
Doesn't matter you're vaccinated or not, you can still get
Go
COVID.
on that. Like,
So it doesn't matter, like,
Don't happen outside here. You just stop until the
Specifically
COVID's all
talking about
over and then
vaccinations.
happen.
No, but I'm only saying, if they're saying there are people, that people aren't, and people are vaccinated, you can still get it. You know, at the end of the day.
But the regulations.
It's not the same if you go to work, you still the same problems.
I don't know. I haven't left.
I don't know.
A year and a half.
People are drinking and they're going to pubs anyway. Because you're throwing darts, it's not going to make any worse for you.
No, there's no darts, doesn't mean
You're
you're
going
gonna
to sit in the
get
Indian, so you're in that environment.
What we said that was the case.
So you're sort of talking about worst case scenarios. You know, maybe it's better we just deal with them when they come up.
The main thing was, do I want to start the darts back or not?
What happens if we're all closed down again? And say in 6 months' time, come back to the situation, you're going to continue the league again.
Have to address that in Mohammed.
This league is going for 4 years in.
So it's,
You're going
to start a new league, you can go on for 4 years.
Somewhere. You're going to have to say somewhere, right, that enough's enough. Scrap it and change it or something.
That's why this is just going to be from now to Christmas, just to get some sort of, or Friday back, but
Right,
Friday
what happens
next back.
if, talking this last circuit breaker going to be now in say 3 weeks or whatever. What's continued on again then?
They're not going to
the
close
Easter
the
pubs.
pubs, they're going to close the flipping schools.
There,
That's it, in a nutshell.
that's you told them.
That's it, so you're going to keep everything going.
If there is going to be a circuit breaker, it's going to last every 2 weeks, so it puts the league back by 2 weeks. If we cancel this league now, and then try and start a new league, and then there's more circuit breakers, it's going to be the same situation. So we have an opportunity here to finish this league, get it done, and at the same time start work on a new league. So I can't see what the problem is there.
You say they're going to stop for 2 weeks. If say they're ever right, they're going to stop for 6 weeks, and this is
It's all here, we don't know. We don't know. That's not the excuse to stop living.
I don't even know if there's going to be another circuit breaker. She's saying there may be.
You're talking here, his team's struggling. I can't see why you can't just say for a year or whatever, say it come next year. Play the league now, 5-a-side. Just shorten teams or whatever. Because even there's 9, how's teams going to get around places? There's no taxis in the fucking town.
That's...
You're going to
I'm sure, our team now, if we have trouble with our taxis or don't want to get a minibus or that, 2 boys a night. That's the way we do it.
What Noel's saying there is validity, right, in the fact that there's a number of things there that could impinge on just restarting, right? That's one thing. You've said yourself.
Taxis.
Well, all of those points there is one mitigating factor, right? Taxis, there's circuit breakers, there's all of the code related stuff there that's in there. Then you have a vast amount of people here that are all pretty much pro let's get the darts back in some form or fashion, which is probably right. But then you also have multiple divisions that are going back not to be the same as they were when you stopped them. So I understand the thought process behind wanting to just get back to darts, get back to normality, get people out on Friday night, and also the fact that you want to keep people with Newry Dart League, right? Because starting a new league in 6 months' time, you might lose X amount more people. So I understand that. But surely just restarting a league now with so many changes can't be the same league. You can't just carry on if you've got X amount of teams that are out, if you've got X amount of players that can't come back at the minute or whatever. Surely it has to be something different. And whether that's starting a new league straight away or that's the committee deciding to run competitions in different bars.
It's just the same thing.
Yeah.
Do a summer league type event.
Sure, you're only substituting one competition for another competition.
But you're not.
That's exactly what you're doing. You're substituting one competition for another competition. The problems are still going to be there, i.e. travelling, people mixing together, people possibly catching COVID.
Yeah.
The problems are still there. So coming up with a totally new format is not making any sense at all.
But those are none of the problems that I just discussed. The problems that I literally just said is you have X amount of teams who can't form the divisions that they were in. Do we even know what that looks like? Have you guys?
There's no point looking into all, if we're starting the league back, or we're not starting it back, and then you worry about everything else.
But surely, in order to start it back, you need to know what it looks like.
You see, I thought this was an information evening.
Yeah.
We were starting the league and that it was just we're here for information, not necessarily the discussion.
There's two people who wanted to say stuff. It's having their say. At least they can't say it for the best.
Two men can't decide to start a dart league. There's more than 2 men, or 4 men on the committee.
Well, the committee,
I've only heard a few dissenting voices. I haven't heard too many teams saying that they don't want to go back.
Before.
at the end of the day, the committee make the final decision. That's why we're here.
And that's the committee, not making the decision. The decision will be made on the floor.
The people that hold on to the put that to the committee.
Can I ask a question? Many teams have we heard back from that have said that they're going to have,
Definitely come
Yeah.
34.
and how many teams do we normally have?
40, I think. But there's, out of
25%.
that 12, there's still 6 or 7 hopeful of being able to fulfill the team.
So at the minute you're looking at possibly 12, if not, hopefully only 6.
Yeah.
But at the minute you're running at potentially 25% of teams, roughly,
What do you mean?
not making it back in.
Yeah.
That's, yeah, the potential's there. Like, there's teams that say, we'll see what way the meeting goes and then we'll work on the play.
So the bottom line is, boys, who wants the darts league to start back on the 1st of October?
Yeah.
That's just it. Just go like that.
The way that's strong, they want the 25% to overrule the 75%.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it.
That looks like a majority.
Yeah, but there is all these issues with this risk assessment and all. We do understand what Mihaw's saying. We've already talked about it, black and blue.
So what happens there, right? Say for talk's sake, the Wigan and Glasgow are in the same league, right? And there's a pint between them. And one team has a handy run because the other team isn't fulfilling all its fixtures. So they're going to walk the league then. Have you worked that out? What team is what team?
We've already been talking about it. There is a lot of work going to have to be done before that happens. We are going to have to talk to them teams. Like another thing that we were saying is that there's about maybe 2 or 3 of the divisions are near enough sewn up.
Oh yeah, definitely. Premiership, yours, hits feet.
And then the other ones was just finish off the top, so which that's not fair in the venues, then not getting that teams going to them.
Say again, I didn't hear you.
That's not fair. If you just did finish the cups, it's not fair on the venues. It's about
Well,
getting.
you have to work out. It's not fair
Only
to have teams
companies
say
available.
a team's top of the league and they're drunk from that team and the other team's going to walk every game because
We've already been talking about that. That's something that the committee have to sort out. It is a valid point, like we've been talking about it.
So what do you think? What way would you cover it? Just as a off the cuff.
Morty's already been talking about that team that had the. If it did arise, that team that pulled out with all their points would be void. See what way that works. Void against them teams that was up that it mattered with. Like. There's only talking, we need to have a full committee meeting too, like.
There are many venues teams. There are many places that have opened up yet.
No, we've all of them in there.
Is there any venues you say they wouldn't be happy to have their door teams back?
No, they're all down,
You all want that.
I've rang around probably at least 90% of them. And the rest of them was the likes of the clubs or the talking to the likes of Kevin for the Hibs and stuff. They all want the doors back.
Would it be possible to change venue?
100%.
Yeah, we're the next one.
Yeah,
Same players.
That's it was already in that was already something that was in it. When I was talking to you about it, I was talking more about it. He says it's already in there.
It's actually in the rules.
That team need to be struggling, to be honest with you.
If you're struggling for numbers, you already say there's going to have to be. You can't be saying on a player that's way above the level they're playing at. You know, it has to be. If it's somebody that's saying you're Division 1 player, you can't be saying a Premier League players to play Division 1 or Division 2 because it's unfair to the teams that you're going to play. It has to be competitive and keep it competitive. You know, but there's absolutely no problem there.
But these are stuff that we'll look at when the problem arises.
The teams struggling
When it arises, we know that problem when it arises.
Yeah.
No, you weren't the only one.
Start back in on a fresh league next year. Do we bother with promotion and relegation? Because at the end of the day, the teams are going to probably going to change.
We have to raise it
anyway. You sort of leave it up to put them in their proper division.
each team are we down to what teams are the same division and then you're strengthened of that team in the same division as all the league.
Right, here, say you do get the new league going in January. Like, say we finish this one off and we do one. When is plan to finish that league? Is it going to be next November or something, or October?
What way the dates work out, we haven't looked into it.
That really will be discussed at the AGM and decided and voted on at the AGM.
Well, how can we what leagues and hobbies are there for all and all?
Would we should maybe be an option to start it with
That's what we're already thinking. We'll have a 2 or 5 and then up to 6 leagues.
We can't short the full one. Yeah, that's going to be for.
He was on about the possibility of adding an extra division to make it less teams in it. But we would need to see how many teams register.
Is anybody anything else?
To say. More is it.
Are you looking to play the Purge, open Purge?
We're trying to finish everything. Even if a team is gone, their players are still eligible to play in the Persian individuals because they paid the money out of their own pocket and in competitions.
And will that be here? Will it be in Blaine?
The majority of it, yeah.
That's it.
If Galvin gives us the nod. Anybody else?
Everybody's happy.
So with the boys were saying there about the potential of teams that maybe say have seven or 8 now.
Yeah.
There's other teams pulling out. So taking that into consideration for moving players if they wanted to move.
100%, yeah. If it helps it.
What about the start time then for teams? Obviously we're pretty short on at 9 o'clock.
Doesn't make a
Last
difference.
time, but 9 o'clock's not going to put it now either.
We know that, yeah.
Because the way the taxis and all.
Just going to have to get stuff sorted in advance. If you're in the venue at 8:30, you don't actually have it booked. We don't know, I don't know what taxis are about.
As long as teams don't rip the deck out of it, what do we all do? It's all the code that is option. Well, we know that, but not the 8
So we're not going to expect something to tell you before for the game because I'm sure we're at 9 or I'm sure we're at 10. You know, everybody's going to feel that leeway.
On no venues, different venues have different closing times at the minute too. We need to get around that as well. We know all this here. We've already approached venues that we know that close early and said to them like if they don't expect to need open an hour or 2 later and they're prepared to do it.
Well, like, start the games even that extra half an hour, start at 8:30. And then you kick off at 8:30, they start at 9.
That could be something the teams could sort out amongst themselves. There's only 5 league fixtures left. house.
I understand.
It's just to get doors between now and Christmas. Horse and cart.
We can't get it. When we give it, I'll get the
Yeah, just to clarify this, we're going to have a final vote. Everybody have a vote on this. Do we want to go ahead and get the league up and running possibly by the 1st of October?
Yeah.
Show of hands there, guys. And I think that's pretty unanimous, there's no need to blame that, that's okay. So we're going to work on getting it started the 1st of October. The other thing is, anyone from each venue, want to call here, I give them this risk assessment. There's space on it on the second page there, so you can add your own wee things to it. And as you go into a venue, please take a look at the risk assessment. It's there to help you and to help gauge you to know what to do and keep everybody safe, you know. Yeah, everybody, and if you want that other information that I have, if you write your email address down on that, I'll be sure to forward it on my email to you over the next couple of days. Okay.